Supervisor Mitchell, I'd like to start off with you, and I'm hoping you can just give us the overview and the big picture of what you see as the challenges facing the system here in LA and across the country as we gain a better understanding of the systemic problems.
I appreciate that opportunity, Anita. And, from my perspective, I recognize that I've spent my entire professional career working on behalf of working class families who want to create a better opportunity for their children. And that goes back to my time as staff in the legislature, lobbying for the Westminster Law on Poverty.
So what is her definitions?
CEO of Crystal Stairs, the largest child development organization in the country, and then a legislator. And so what I have learned through all of those experiences is what government can and should do to support families.
Well, they could start by butting out of people's personal lives.
And allowing them to stay home.
By allowing people to stay home.
The primary driver for children entering the system, any system, the child welfare services system, the juvenile detention system, quite frankly, is poverty. And so having honest...
So there it is right there. She's admitting that being poor is now a crime.
Conversations about the conditions that we're all living in society that contribute to families being at risk, children then...
So in the chat, this is where I asked her to define at risk, if she knows what it means to be at risk of what. And this is how she answers.
Being potentially removed from home or touched by these systems, we have to talk about. So between poverty and all the isms, racism, classism, when I look at the body of work that over the years has criminalized poverty, many of those issues have led to our current child welfare services system that has the numbers you're talking about. But Anita, when I, as a very young woman, began my career working for the legislature, it was during a time when there were 3 to 4 times the number of children in the LA County system. And there were a number of policies put in place at the federal, state, and county level to attempt to impact that, family reunification expectations. And so there have been any number of pilots and programs to really try to address this core societal issue, which is, from my perspective, how do we support families who need help, families who are at risk, whatever the terminology of the day is. The family...
Whatever the terminology of the day is, ambiguous and capricious. The definition is to be at risk of entering foster, no longer the risk of being harmed by a parent. That makes child welfare and the social worker the only potential harm doer for the child and family.